So along with the screenshots of Dan Hooker's accusation, I got these pictures that I'm putting up right now. Okay? All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome to the show. It's Monday. We got a banana show today. Bananas. And I'm going to start off with a breaking piece of evidence related to the Dan Hooker accusation toward Islam Makhachev. So actually, let me just start there. In case you guys didn't know, Dan Hooker is saying that he has caught Islam Makhachev getting an IV after weigh-ins, which is absolutely completely illegal in the UFC now, especially after you had a tough weigh-in. Well, not especially anything. It's illegal. You can't take IVs after weigh-ins. And Dan Hooker is saying that they know the person that Islam and them hired in Australia to give him his IV after the weigh-in. That'd be a really, really serious infraction if that's true. And I have photographic evidence that I am going to present to you guys. Now, when I say it's evidence, candidly, I don't know what this means because it actually could break either way. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. I promise I'm not overselling this. It means something. It means something. But it could break either way, okay? It could exonerate Islam or it could mean he's just stone guilty. But I've showed this to 4 people so far since I got it, just to make sure that I wasn't, overselling it in my own mind. I was like, what do I do with this? And all of them were like, whoa, dude, what the? I got WTF, what the F, holy F, that's it. That's all that's coming back. So I'm going to show it to you guys in this video. Now, before I get started, also, I'll address the MMA On Fire stuff at the end of this video. And also, after I film this video, I am going to do a video about this UFO stuff, and then I'm going to do one about the Rihanna stuff. And I'll tell you exactly why. So I consider my, communication with you guys to be basically like I'm an open book, right? I got a really nice email from someone last night, and they were like, listen, I really I love how you handle the channel. I feel really connected to your journey, etc. And I'm like, dude, that's exactly what I'm trying. I just try to be as honest as possible and just vomit my life onto here to where I assume people are going to connect with a lot of stuff. And so I'm just going to tell you, I thought that losing Jesse on Everything would feel better in 2 weeks, right? Like I was so afraid, like when I had the 2 strikes, the thought of losing this channel and that channel, I was so terrified that when I made the decision to delete that channel, I was like, whatever, I just need to take that risk off the board. I'll feel better in a couple weeks. And I'm telling you, I feel worse. I feel worse about it every single day. Every single day I feel worse. And I can't really explain it better than that. It's like, it's soul crushing, dude. It's soul crushing. I put so much work into that. I love doing that channel, man. And so the only way that I know how to like make things better for myself is to work, right? It's like to work, and like starting from scratch doesn't make any sense. And I had been getting advice from people to just combine the 2 channels for a long time. So what I'm going to do, as I stated before, is I'm just going to start implementing a lot of the videos that I would have done there here. No politics, nothing like that. But things like UFOs are invading the United States, that's going on here now, okay? And so I'll do playlists. I'll make the thumbnails very obvious which side of the fence that it's on. But obviously, if it says like something about UFOs, probably not MMA related. Probably not MMA related. And if I say something about Rihanna's belly, or like, hey, what was going on with Rihanna last night when you were watching the halftime show? You're all, is she like 700 pounds? What the heck is going on? Anyway, so I'm going to do a video about that also. So one really serious, one that's just going to be funny. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do here. But let's start with the Islam and Dan Hooker thing. Apologies for the long introduction, but I just need to, like I said, dude, this is like my video diary. That's all I do here. I have a video diary. You guys are, my friend. I have a couch full of friends in the room that I'm just spitting my life out to. Anyway, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and let's get into it. So Dan Hooker puts out an accusation on, I believe, Instagram or Twitter, right? So he says, Islam thought that he was going to hire a nurse to give an IV in Australia and we wouldn't find out. Cheating C word. The only C word I wouldn't say on the channel. So listen, here was my initial thought on this, right? And this is I actually got this at the same time as I got the pictures that I'm going to show you guys. So when someone makes an accusation, a really serious accusation, whether it's girl cheating on guy cheated on test, dude stole something, whatever, right? When someone suspects something, it sounds one way. When someone at the very least believes that they've got the person dead to rights, it sounds another way, okay? Now, I don't know if I don't really know how to do a better job explaining the point that I'm making than that like, you know, you can just feel in the energy, in the way that a person throws something like that out there, whether or not, you know, this seems like how confident are they in the accusation? And this reads very confident. Like this reads like a person who saw a video of a dude sneaking out of his house while he was out of town and his wife coming out in the doorway like, bye, like in a blanket. You know what I mean? Like it looks like he thinks that he's got him dead to rights. Absolutely dead to rights. Now, does that mean that Islam's guilty necessarily? No. That said, I certainly would take that accusation. If I had to guess, just based on Dan Hooker's confidence, and you're like, dude, your life depends on it. Make a bet. You know, I don't know. I'd probably bet on it's true just based on how confident he is, right? Because this is not the kind of thing that people do. I've never heard anyone make some crazy accusation about an IV after, do you know what I mean? Like this is not a common thing. So along with the screenshots of Dan Hooker's accusation, I got these pictures that I'm putting up right now. Okay. So this is Islam's picture that apparently was taken before UFC 284. And if you look at the close-up of his arm, I don't know what that is, you know, but it looks like bruising near the main vein, you know, at the crease of the elbow. I don't know. Like, don't. I told you guys I'm never talking about medical stuff here ever again. And I'm talking like, I'm not even, you know, I do know the technical name for that vein. I'm just not going to say it because I'm not a doctor. I'm just kidding. I have absolutely no idea what the medical way of saying it, but that big, juicy vein right there that you stick an IV in. Every doctor that's ever given me an IV is like, gosh, you have such a beautiful vein. I'm like, thanks, I guess. But, so yeah. So you see bruising there. It looks like, right? I mean, this is an undoctored picture, obviously. Go look it up for yourself. So what does that mean, right? Like when I first looked at that, I was like, whoa. Okay. And so obviously first question is, well, when was that picture taken? Okay. Because let's say that does indicate that he has taken an IV recently, right? All right, well, when? Okay, because there are lots of reasons that you can take an IV. That's the whole point. That's why I'm saying this actually might vindicate Islam Makhachev, right? If he's got bruising there showing that he's taken IVs previously, this picture is taken before the weigh-ins, then he might have some other thing going on, right? That he needs an IV for. Because there's all kinds of medicine that you need IV for. And as far as I understand the rule, you're not allowed to rehydrate with an IV. Okay. So just to put in perspective how serious this is, right? When these guys weigh in, right? Like when these guys weigh in, they literally suck all the water out of their body. Okay. Like they put themselves into this state of dryness that is so insanely unhealthy sometimes. Like if they get down to where they can barely make weight, like where they literally are struggling to make weight, you understand, like it's like the body is like, I don't remember what the stat is. It's like some enormous percentage is water, right? And if you get to the point where you've squeezed so much water out of your body to where you can't sweat, you can't get another, you know, like sweating off a pound when you're first starting is easy, dude. Is easy. You sit in a sauna for 8 minutes, you'll sweat off a pound, okay? So if you get your body so dry that you can't get another half pound off of it, you're so dry. Like these guys are going blind, man. You know, people lose eyesight, right? Anthony Smith, when he used to make 85, he used to, like if he was doing his cut, I can't remember the exact con. It was like their hotel was here and where they were weighing in was here. You're talking a 1 block walk. And they said that he would walk for like a couple minutes and he would have to stop and like lay down and they'd pick him up and then go, like he couldn't even walk, right? And so the reason you could do that is because as soon as you were done, they would just drop a couple IVs in you and it would completely rehydrate your body, right? Because your body can't absorb enough water drinking it the way that it can if you just stick it straight into your vein. Like an IV rehydration is enormously more effective than just drinking water and then letting it absorb into your body, okay? And so if a person sucks himself all the way down and they don't take an IV and they drink a lot of water, but their body doesn't get rehydrated, they are going to run out of gas, dude. They're going to be very tired. They're going to get fatigued. They're not going, like, just think about Anthony, right? Think about Anthony in the example that I'm giving from when he used to make 85, which is insane, dude. Which is insane. Anthony's enormous, dude. Listen, so when I fought a little over 2 weeks ago, and I fought a heavyweight. So I was I can't remember if it was 207 or 208 in a gi. Whatever heavyweight is in IBJJF, it's either 207 or 208 in a gi. And I was around 202 or so, like 202 or 203 without a gi on. Yesterday, I weighed 191. Okay, so like and that's doing nothing except like I was trying to be as heavy as possible. I am so much smaller than Anthony. It's insane. I would have to cut to make 85 right now. And I can't even explain to you how much smaller I am than him, dude. The fact that he made 85 is absolutely insane. But so him walking down the street and having to stop and go over, it's like think about what that actually means. It means he doesn't have the energy to walk 10 yards. He's that dry. So obviously that means that the less water that's in you, the less energy you have, the less ability you have to move your body, the less ability you have to fight, the less ability you have to do anything. So if you have the ability to IV rehydrate, you're going to be much better off. So if he did IV rehydrate, that is a huge, huge, huge performance enhancer if the opponent can't do that. Now, in this fight, Volkanovski, probably not a big deal for him. He's cutting 10 pounds less than he normally does. So he's going to come in there in ridiculous condition, right? Now, again, I have said this a million times. I will say it again. This is one of the main reasons why guys who come up a weight class to fight for the title do they have a great track record. The only person that's ever lost is Israel Adesanya. He's the only one that's ever lost that went up and challenged for the title at a weight class higher. So, and he came in, like, I don't even think he got up to 205. But anyway, it is what it is. Like, the picture, what does it mean, dude? Like, what does that mean? Was he taking IVs? Did he have medicine that he needed before? Did he take it afterwards? Who knows? But the picture's very interesting. I'm just saying. All right. So the MMA on Fire stuff is it's pretty straightforward. I mean, like, you guys saw how we ended things on Friday. Me and Guru's relationship is the same as it was then. We're just not going to do a weekly show. He doesn't want to do it, which is fine. And I actually completely understand his reasons. And I mean, listen, like, it's not like we were both at the same level of, like, I was driving this ship. I was convincing him that we should definitely do it. So it's fine. It's not like we got started, did 7 episodes, and he was like, I changed my mind. We hadn't even recorded our first episode, so I respect him doing it now. But yeah, so it is what it is. We'll collaborate again together. I told you guys months ago that I was looking for a co-host. He and I did our live stream whenever that was. And ever since then, I was like, dude, be my co-host, be my co-host, be my co-host. I was hounding him, dude. But yeah, so I will find another co-host and I will do a show with another co-host. So it is what it is. If you fit the bill, if you have a decent following on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, and you think that we'll have good conversations, then hit me up and we can see if we have good chemistry. But yeah, so, and just to add to that, the reason why I thought we were such a good fit from my perspective is, like, we both do MMA. But I honestly don't see our channels as competition, because, like, his content is very focused on the fights and the live streams, on the pay-per-views. Like, I don't do that stuff at all. Like, my stuff is basically stories about fighters. You know what I mean? So, like, it felt like a really good collab because we have great chemistry and we're really, as far as I'm concerned, not really competing. And my channel's like ebbs and flows are completely different than his. Like, he has like a really steady like this, where mine is like jagged. It's like, I mean, I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, and it's very consistent. It's like, I'll have a down month. Like, I'm in a down month right now. The month before, dude, like, everything is blowing up out of this universe. Actually, the 2 months before, just completely blowing up. And that's just how it goes. It's like I go down, like, I don't even trip about it anymore. It's like I have a down month, and then some story will come out and my channel will completely explode, and I'll add 15,000 subscribers in 4 weeks. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we'll collaborate again, and, yeah, no harm, no foul. It's all good, dude. So, yeah. And honestly, on my side, offer stands, dude. That's honestly, that's how good I think our content is. That the offer stands, dude. Like, bottom line, offer stands. And literally, like, dude, when I get started on a project, like, I go hard, dude. So it could probably be overwhelming. I have no idea if that's one of the things that, you know, where he's like, Jesus, guy. But it's possible. I like to get things done. So it is what it is. But yeah, he and I are good. Offer stands whenever. And yeah, so watch my UFO video.